He is gone. He hasn't gone very far. He's just to the other side of me, but he's gone. Hey, Zawasha. Good morning. Although it's probably evening for you. Good evening. Good evening. All right, so Strange Antiquities. Yesterday we played through the end of day 10. And at the end of day 10, I don't know what the difference between these two is. Let's just... Saying hi now, since you'll be bringing me up on the big screen, meaning you won't get to see or type in chat, but you'll be here. Oh, lovely. Lovely. Well, thank you for being here. And hello. So, we've got a few things to do. Yesterday we unlocked this table. And so we can now use the, what's it called? The thermic lens? Thermic lens. So we don't entirely know what that does for us. So if I put this on top. Okay, so I put it on top and it tells me what field they produce. Hey, Michael, good morning. Jupiter's tail, yeah. Michael, how are you? Good to see you. You probably didn't see the beginning of this game because it was last night and you would have been sleeping. So feel free to ask questions. I'm happy to attempt to explain things. Okay, so that one is a diurnic pattern. Can I reflect that in the label? Yes, but I can't remember what each of these icons actually means. So, let's have a quick look. Vizti gave me this idea. We raided Vizti last night, and excuse me. And she had the books down here and had been putting labels with icons, and I thought that's actually a really good idea. Diurnic is this one here. So if we put the label on... Oh, I can't see the book. Okay, so I need to actually take note. It is the square-shaped diamond, or diamond shape, with 2 concentric circles and then the one at the top. Okay. Which is this one. Can we put more than just one label? No, we can only put one label. Okay, so that is a diurnic item. So yes, the beginning of the stream is just going to be me now using this lens to flesh out the labeling on these. So feel free to like decide that's boring and whatever. But that one is... Actually, I kind of need to write them down, didn't I? Because I made a note that that one is selenic. So we know what the Noctic, Dradic, Selenic, and Diurnic patterns look like. We don't know Mentic and Wixic. I haven't noted them anywhere. Oh, Tux was over this. Oh gosh, no wonder you guys couldn't tell what day of the week it was and stuff. Galactic was asking if the symbols represented daytime, and I was like, no, it says daytime right here, and I hadn't even realized that Tux was over the top of it. Also, you guys obviously wouldn't have been able to see the sanity gauge. Man, I had not even noticed. Let me put Tux at the top left. I don't have the camera up, but it means that when we put it on, it will go up there. Okay, so what have we got down here at the bottom? This is the button to all of the major characters, the information we've got about them. This opens the archive, which has the notes that we have done. This tells us what day we're on and what day of the week it is, and this is our sanity gauge. So as long as we're in the green, we're fine. If we get into here, we're confused. This is fear, and this is insanity. And when we reach insanity, that's when we go into that dice mini game. So Selenic is triangle. There's a little one at the top and the mid-sized one at the bottom. Which is that one, right? Which makes sense. It's literally called Selenic Totem. So the fact that it is a Selenic Totem makes total sense. The Sextrum. So that is either Mentic or Wixic. I'm going to write these down. Because as wonderful as the Steam Notes thing is, you can't draw pictures. So, Selenic is the wavelength. Hi, buddy. Hi. And I absolutely cannot draw the celestial picture. Wow. Dradic. Dradic is the triple circles. Okay. Liara, hello. And that looks like I need to draw. Okay, that's. I'm not taking up enough space. Juice Halo, hello. Second outage you've been on for this week, Grumpy? What do you mean second outage? That is indeed a cattail in and out at the top of the screen. That is Jupiter. We will pat Jupiter in a moment. I need to start this again because I'm trying to take up too little space and it doesn't work. Dradic is like that, and then like that, and a little one. Okay, Diurnic is this one. Which is big circle with a line through the middle, itty bitty circle in the middle, medium sized circle at the top, and then like a diamond shape at the bottom. Noctic. Noctic I don't think we know. Oh yes we do. Noctic is that spiral one. Okay. So that's Noctic there. Which is kind of hard to do. That'll do. And then the symbol is... I don't really need to draw the symbols as such because the book is fairly easily accessible. But I'm going to anyway. So that leaves us with Mentic and Wixic. So we need to know what that is. Which means that we need to draw this pattern. You want to eat your yums, Liara? Well, eat your yums. Oh, two of the businesses you do calls for alliance companies. There have been so many people ringing up and going, do you know this? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we just accidentally into Wixic, but I don't want Wixic yet. I want Mentic, which is that one. Okay. And then that one looks like we've got that triangle, big circle, medium size. Oops. Getting those on top of each other. And then there's another triangle down the bottom with the itty bitty circle. Okay. And then Wixic was this, right? No? This? There. That's a terrible rendition of that. But anyway. Itty bitty circle at the top, mid-sized circle in the middle. Alrighty. So let's start using that to label the rest of our items. So this one is that is Mentic. Which is this one? No, this one. You're lurking for dinner. Very nice. I hope you have a delicious, delicious nommy dinner. Oh, hey, remember how I tried to delete a label and it wouldn't go away? There was a patch overnight and they have fixed that. Oops. Selenic is... that one? That one. That is... wait. Aha, that's got the 3. Okay. That is Dredic. Which is this one? No. No. This one. That one is also Dredic. Okay. That is possibly going to be a good way to group them. Actually. Let's just bring a few of these down. Okay, so the Veiled Fen is Noctic, which is not that. That's Diurnic. It's this one? Yep. That is Wixic. Is that the first Wixic one we've got? Is that this one? That's this one. Okay, so I need some space. Need some space. Put these over here. Beginning of the stream is literally just going to be doing some reorganization. Now that we have this information available to us. So, if we go with Selenic, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 6 of them, and there are 6 rows of shelves. So in fact, I'm going to put Selenic, and I'm going to do it in the order I've written it down here. So then I need Dradic. Which one? Have we got a Dradic one? That one? No, that's Selenic as well. That is Dradic. That is also Selenic. Or Dradic. That's Dradic. Okay, so then I need Dionic. We had one of those, right? Yes, the cat is Dionic. The Sextrum is Mentic, so that has to go there. The Veiled Fen is Noctic, so that goes there. Didn't we had a Wixic one? Where have I put the Wixic one? That is Dionic. That is Dradic. That is Selenic. That is Noctic. That's Mentic. Didn't we have? No, maybe we didn't have a Wixic one. Right hand side, middle shelf. No, that's not Wixic. That's Mentic. Yeah, Mentic. Ah! Ah! Thank you. Okay. Gosh, I'm glad someone around here is paying attention, because I sure as hell am not. That is Mentic, which is this one. So I wonder if we can get this information from the ones we haven't yet identified. And yes, we can. Okay. Fantastic. All right, let's do the ones that we have identified first, though. So that's Dionic. Which is that one. That is Noctic, which is that one, I think. Yes. Restful Metha is Dradic. Which is this one? Yep. Put the plant up here for the time being. St. John's Anvil. Dradic. Sunbond. Diurnic, well that makes sense. Right? It's Sunbond. Of course it's Diurnic. Which is this one, right? Yeah. Wixic. Which is... Hey, Galactic! This one? Yep. Chaotic chat, huh? Outage is totally Benson's fault. You can't see him on the camera. That's all the proof you need. That is Selenic. Which is, I think, this one. Yep. Mintic. Which is this one. Yep. Dradic. That one. I'm not sure whether these symbols are the right way to sort them, but they're a way to sort them, which is more than we had before. Diurnic. This one? No. This one. Yes. Dradic. This one? Selenic is that one? Sleep Vessel. Wixic. Mental. Interesting. I suppose that makes sense. Especially since the consequence is nightmares. That is Selenic. It's interesting that the Selenic wavelength can go north-south or east-west. Why do we have so many Dradic ones? Like, wow, that is very full shelf. What other ones do we have that we haven't identified? And then the ones that we literally haven't identified. Okay. Diurnic. is that one. That is Selenic, which is that one. Cat! Cat! Cleaning butt, cat! Don't feed the cat? Yes, we have to pat the cat, but we won't until he wakes up. We will pat the cat when he wakes up. Speaking of cat. Yes. I'm not talking about you, Tux. I'm actually talking about a different cat that is not you. Mm-hmm. Totally cheating on you with a pixelated cat. That is Noctic. Which is, I think, this one. Bring these down here out of the way. Well, they're not necessarily out of the way, are they? So we might need to put things in there. Okay. Also Noctic. Dradic. We have so many that fit the Dradic category. To the point where we're actually kind of out of space on the Dradic shelf. We really need to get this open. I need this shelf, people. Selenic, Selenic. Potato. Yeah, that had to be Noctic. Come on, what else was that going to be? It's this one, right? Yep. Wixic. I actually don't have very many in the Wixic category at this point. That is not correct. This one. Scan the cat. I don't think we can... No, we can't pick him up and move him. We can only pet him. I hope I'm not wrong that this is a suitable method of sorting, because we can only put one icon. We can't put any of the other icons on. It'd be nice if we could do multiple icons. Wait, what did I just do? Dradic. That's the shelf we don't have any space on. And we are very fast running out of space on that shelf too. False readings. That would be an interesting turn up, wouldn't it? Is that one? That one's... Yeah, that one. Mentic. Dradic. This one. Oh, that was Selenic. Interesting. Oh, I suppose, yeah. No, see, I would have thought that would be in the individual. Wait, what was it? Selenic. I wonder how they came up with all of these things and how to categorize them. They obviously spent a lot of time and effort on it. It's kind of awesome. Okay, so we have sorted everything on this side. Any more necklaces to do? Okay. No. Ooh, you can put things behind the necklaces. Cool. Okay, so that's everything, right? That is everything. Dionic. Which is this. That's... So we haven't labelled this one yet. We don't know what it is yet. So we need to have some indication of that. The Merry Miner, hello! Charm next to the scales. Oh! Oh, well sponsored. Thank you. Dionic. That was Dionic, right? I think that was Dionic, which is not that. It is that. Okay. No, I have done one of these wrong. Which one have I done wrong? That one. That is not the Dionic symbol. That is, in fact, the Mentic symbol. Oh, yes. Selenic. We don't have room for any more Selenic, okay, you guys? We're out of space. We do not have room for Selenic anymore. No more Selenic. Really need these shelves. Really need these shelves, please. Dradic. Is this one. Another one that's... Oh my god, so many Selenic ones. Ah! Yeah, okay. We can't fit the unnamed ones in there. So we will do... But instead... Can I put the pot plant there? Okay. That is Mentic. Which is this one? There's so much space on this side. Oh, a spider! So maybe we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Meh. Actually, that kind of makes sense. Do you know what? No, I'm not redoing it again. That's just silliness. Is that this one? No. This one. Yes. Oh my god, Selenic! Oh, the Selenic! Seriously, seriously. So disproportionate. Wow. Dradic is this one. It's Noctic. Noctic is this one, I think. Yeah. Selenic, 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 everything's Selenic. Selenic, Selenic, I do not know. Diurnic is that one. All right, you are Dradic. Maybe it's a cheap material to make stuff out of. Oh my god. Selenic! More Selenic! Oh! Clearly is a cheap material to make stuff out of. That is Mentic. Which is this one. I think. Yep. Corvin's Might is Wixic. Or potentially Corvin's Might. We haven't confirmed that, have we? Which is not that one. It's this one. It was 3, wasn't it? Yes, straight ink. Interesting. Both of these methods are Dradic. But the restful method is somewhere else. Here. Oh, wait, that's Dradic confirmed and that's Dradic suspected. Yes, they're all Dradic. Okay. St. Cedric's Thunder is potentially Cedric's Thunder. Is Dionic. Which is that one. Everything's all squished together. Okay, last one. Dionic. Seriously, not enough space. We have very few Dionic confirmed, which is interesting. So we can actually put these in actual separate boxes. That one goes there. Okay. Wake up, Jupiter. It's time for pats. All right, we have a little bit of organization going on. And then we've got this new card. This new card. Now, which map is that on? It's not the Catacombs. Could it be the castle? I don't think it's going to be the castle. I think it's the town. I think we need to try and find this top one. That's an interesting and unique shape. Which is 15. Okay. Then the southeast picture is where? I don't see that configuration at all. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. So that's... the top one is 15. The southeast one is here. Which means the southwest one has to be over here somewhere. It's here. Yeah. So if we're triangulating there to there to there, it's got to be one of these two, right? You saw it, but now I have to wait a few minutes? Why do you have to wait a few minutes? Oh, ads. Ads, right. We can wait for the ad break. That is a thing we can do. I kind of need... I know. Okay, chat, you want to know how much of a hoarder I am? Do you remember in high school when you had to buy a set square for maths class? This kit was from when I was in high school. I still got it. And I have literally never used it. I don't know why I still have it. It's insane. Why on earth would I still have it? Not a clue. So there to there to there. The middle is... yeah, I think where we're hovering. Wanderer, thank you very much for the biddy. You think it's the one above? It's either this one or this one. You watched a documentary about hoarders last night. You won't tell me what happens. You don't want to give anything away. I see. Okay. So that doesn't entirely work because it was the wrong size of triangle, but anyway. Hey, at least I got some use out of this after, what, 25 years? More than 25 years? Alright, let's try this. No. Then it must be this one. Yeah. When I draw back the curtain, I close my eyes. Draw back the curtain to see for certain what I thought I knew. Sorry. I'm unable to control my exclamation of horror. Behind the dark red velvet is a silent, squirming, seething mass of eyes, all shiny and wet and alive. Fear takes hold before my mind catches up and I understand what I am looking at. And when I do, I realize that it is looking right back at me. The object I'm looking for sits on a small shelf below, and the eyes watch as I snatch it and get out of there as fast as I can. Oh my god, that is so creepy! So creepy! What the what? 2,500 billion years ago, Galactic says. Can't be more than 25 years, you're only 32. I wish. Stick poke. A little bit hungry. Go for a treat. Okay, so that is ready. So what else do we know about this? Made of stone. Pitted stone. Nothing to remark, nothing to remark. So I would suspect that this is the opposite of Fortinance. Right? We learnt about the Fortinance recently, which we suggested might have been this one. But that was really only because we received it at the same time. Because the Fortinance can enhance physical strength or restore strength that has been sapped. They're made of stone or iron and usually take the form of a small totem. And then we got one that said it was the opposite of Fortinance, which was Witherance. Inverse of Fortinance and is sometimes put to more malicious use. These can be crafted from stone like the Fortinance, but wood is more commonly used. So this could be Witherance, potentially. DC redeems treats for Liara. I wish I could give Liara treats from here. I really, truly do. Sarah Barrington. We haven't met you before. We think we've finally located the wreck of the Orion out in the lake. Sadly, our funding has run out and we can't afford expensive diving equipment. Oh, you want the thing that lets you breathe underwater. But we put our heads together and wondered if there was another way. You're our last hope. What was that? Breathing. Breathing underwater. Breathing. Ascus? Allows the bearer to breathe underwater. The sensation is said to be most unusual since it requires one not to breathe at all. Those that use an ascus for extended periods sometimes forget to breathe once they're back on dry land and subsequently pass out. The core of the item is cold to the touch, but the ring, sometimes called the halo, stays warm. I would guess that is likely to be in the Daedric. Which is... No, not the Daedric. Which one's the body? Wixic. Okay, so we've only got 2 unidentified Wixics, and it's not either of those. So, that's a no. It'd be funny to watch them eat from Tux's street toy. Oh dear. Okay. So what category might that be in? Dradic, perhaps. Of the earth. I actually don't know how they're categorizing these things, and I'm hoping that if I start paying attention, it will begin making sense. So, we are looking for a core of the item is cold, the ring is warm. So I'm guessing an amulet of some kind with a gem in the middle. But the only one we've got that really fits the bill is this one, and that's got the weather icons on the outside. And it doesn't say anything about cool or warm, so probably not that one. What about this one? No. The gold pharaoh hat looking thing. Gold pharaoh hat looking thing. I have absolutely no idea what you mean by gold pharaoh hat looking thing, sorry. This has got hot and cold. No, I don't think it's that. Oh, this thing. Right. Yeah, the stones are cool, but the rest of it is warm. Could be. I mean, that's the best guess I've got. I don't really see anything else that kind of fits the bill. Give that a try. Nope. No, it's not that. I need to pay attention to the gemstones. That's what I keep missing, is the gemstones. Is there a gemstone that would fit the bill? Turquoise stone is a stone of water? Maybe. Or kyanite, an anchor between body and mind. I think we're looking for a blue stone, unless there's one of air. No. Okay, so probably blue stone. Or this. Actually. The pearlescent blue glass and the iron ring. Blue glass is cool and smooth, and the ring is surprisingly warm. Possibly? Yeah, there we go. The item has a ring. Closer inspection reveals the ring is warm, whereas the rest of the item is cold. But it emits light. Why does it emit light? There was nothing about it emitting light. Gaudian Siren. Although these are similar in form to thormic needles, Gaudian sirens serve a very different purpose. They create a strong compulsion, like a siren's call, that can be used to divert attention. Okay, so that one is now confirmed. So, what was that one we just got? Gaudian Siren. What's the picture show? A display of Gaudian objects at the Museum of History in Undermere. Oh, those are very diverse. We don't have any information about thormic needles, do we? No. Thormic field, but not thormic needles. Okay. Rowena Hardwick. She's a new face as well. I am close, but I need more power. I don't know how much I love giving things to people that start with I need more power. But we thought that was St. Cedric's Thunder, right? Let's just, why? Why did we think that? Why did we think that? Oh, I think because when we inspect it, it's... Oh, no, because it's got... that symbol means lightning. That's why. What is the purple gemstone, potentially? A calming stone of peace and safety? No. Amethyst? A stone of containment. Yes. There we go. That makes sense. Lightning contained within amethyst. A symbol of thunder appears on the clasp. Okay, thunder, not lightning. Amethyst gemstones, stones of containments, can be used to prevent the charge from waning. Oh, now we get information about thormic needles. Okay. Thormic needles are controversial items that are rarely used. They can reach into the mind of the recently deceased to give an impression of their thoughts before they died. Curiously, the weight of these tall items decreases when heated. Tall items, huh? Okay. So, we can confirm... This goes on this shelf, doesn't it? We can confirm that this is St. Cedric's Thunder. Ah, Dr. Robertson, you return! I've been trying to get hold of an Ambra. Before she vanished, Verona said it might have something to do with my patients. Wait, Verona's vanished? It had almost slipped my mind, but then I remembered that there's one right here in Strange Antiquities. There is. Eli told me himself he keeps it locked behind an ethereal key. Ethereal key. Designed to be hidden from prying eyes, when activated by moving the object in a circular motion, the key is revealed by its gemstone of light. These are rare items and not generally known about outside of thormic circles. Gemstones of the night power the concealment charm. Okay, so it's got to be up in here. We don't have anything that fits the ethereal key description. We've been looking for it. Oh, hang on, what's... No, give me... Ah! Give me that! Right. What are these gemstones? A black gemstone, an orange gemstone, and a pinkish gemstone. The one on the left next to the hand. No, it doesn't have any gemstones. That might fit the bill. Hey, Sakun. Well, yes, but this has 3. So amber is one of... So, okay, so it said a gemstone of light, gemstone of the night, right? So we've got that, but what's with the pink one? That's protection, isn't it? A stone of protection and enveloping night. Okay, so I think it must be this. No, it's not. Okay. Where did I get this one from? The greenish one next to the hand necklace. Again, doesn't have the right gemstones. Doesn't have any gemstones. Wave it in a circle. When activated by moving the object... Oh, yeah, okay. Maybe. Maybe we need to do more than just stick it there. Oh my god, give me this. How do we wave it in a circle? Ah! Nice pickup, DC. Nice pickup. I didn't actually consider that they meant that literally. I thought the circle was the act of turning the key. Yeah, I didn't actually think they meant that quite so literally. Which DC, which? Burn them. Okay, so now we've got some more stuff. And also, access to this bloody shelf. Which means that we can actually spread things out a bit and see them better. All right, so you're looking for an ambra. These items cause mental fog, a withering of intellect and thought. They are slow to work, requiring several hours to have any effect. Through prolonged use, they can cause the whites of the eyes to turn black and the subject to become deeply disoriented. They produce a noctic field. Why on earth do you want an ambra? I'm beginning to become suspicious of Dr. Robertson. I am growing suspicious of her. So here's why. The story we're piecing together every day it's become increasingly clear that that story is about her father and Barton Potter. Right? We know how he lost his eye. We know that he was not taken over quite so quickly. The father was. The sister, which is... We don't have the sister here. Interesting. Dr. Robertson's sister came to us saying that these patients with the black eyes are like her father, right? Dr. Robertson came to us, and this description says... Her father was her hero. When he died suddenly and tragically in a mysterious incident, nobody seemed able or willing to give her the answers she demanded, and she grew tired of being fed the same stories that she knew could not be true. As she entered adulthood, she learned how to find things out for herself. And what she learned opened her mind to a world she hadn't known existed. Right? At no point in our conversations with her has she mentioned that her father had the same symptoms as these people, that her father's eyes were black. In fact, in our very first conversation, she said, "I'm used to dealing with maladies of an occult nature, but black eyes are certainly unusual. I've heard of something like this before, but I don't see how it could be the same thing." Which is clearly a reference to her father and how he died. But why didn't she just say that? And then she asked for a restful metha, which actually made things worse because they were already in a trance. Although she actually hasn't said that they were already in a trance. And then she says her sister's been acting strange. She's always blamed Mr. Potter for his role in it, and now with all this happening, she's got in her head that he's behind it somehow. She still hasn't actually at any point said that this is what happened to her father. I find her a little bit... And now she wants something that is only going to cause the symptoms and not cure it. Right? I just am growing suspicious of it. Will I come and help you walk the dogs once you're done with stream? No, I have to go over to my mum's when I finish stream. That's why I'm finishing early. You'll turn Galactic into a newt, but he'll get better. Free trip to Kiwiland. What if she doesn't have a sister, but she has multiple personalities? No, we've met the sister. The sister doesn't have a scar on her face. Although I suppose she could cover that with makeup. Didn't want you to think she was a weirdo experimenting with people's brains, including her father. No, that's not... She didn't experiment on her father. Okay, so we're looking for something that produces a Noctic field to start off with. Which that does. That... I can't even tell what that is. I can't see that field. No idea. No idea what that is. Can't actually see behind it. That is Wixic. That is Mentic. That is Noctic. That is Noctic. And that is nothing? Interesting. We need to look at this compass. Is this a resonance compass? The resonance compass. Will point towards nearby resonant objects, the only objects that can be detected in this way. Resonant objects are highly prized, both by thaumaturges and those who collect occult curiosities. I think that this is a resonant compass. And it is pointing directly to one of these three things. It's pointing to this. That is a resonant object. That right there. Okay, so what do we know about this? It's made of limestone. It's got some symbols on it. And we can't detect anything of it. This, we're not detecting anything on. Raised detailing, bronze, wood, and gold. So what is this symbol? Paralysis. That is the paralysis symbol. Which doesn't sound like what we're looking for. A withering of intellect and thought. What's that symbol? That's the confusion symbol. So what exactly is a resonant item? Zephyrum. These resonant objects give off a faint odor that will be familiar to any thaumaturge. It is the scent of the storm, of ozone and power, the scent of magic. When these vapors are inhaled deeply, they can unlock deep wells of anger and channel them into a powerful maelstrom. This is the power of the west wind. That's the only other resonant keyword we've got. But okay, this has got the confusion symbol, and it gives us a Noctic thing. Can you give her something that would actually help and not tell her that? No, you can only give her what is being asked for. Sometimes you get to choose between two things, but if you try to give her anything other than what she's asked for, your sanity level goes up. Your insanity level goes up. Social media galactic. The item has a symbol of confusion across its face, which matches the description of causing mental fog. It produces a Noctic field when viewed in the thaumic lens. Pit. The three different elements that make up a pit allegedly represent the earth, the sun, and death or darkness. The Dradic, the Diurnic, and the Noctic. These energies balance in such a way that the objects do not produce a recognizable thaumic field. They can be directed to emit powerful vibrations capable of cracking solid rock. So this one didn't produce a field I could identify. It's got bone, clay, and gold. Textured, warm and smooth, hard but smooth. But otherwise nothing else. Okay, the resonant compass. Where shall we put that? Put it down there. So these are Noctic, right? Which is that one. And that is over here. This one, that is Wixic, which is this one. And then this one is Mentic. Which is this one. And this one we're not sure about. Okay, so what can we learn about this? What is this? This is bronze and nothing but bronze. A hinged panel with an engraved symbol behind. Okay, what is that symbol? Staring at the symbol makes my head swim. Okay, what is that symbol? Hypnosis? That's the hypnosis symbol. Interesting. Do we have anything about hypnosis? We do not. What does the slider on the top of the field viewer do? It changes whether it's open, closed, or fully open. I'll show you in a moment. This has got paralysis symbols on it. And this has Holgar's face on it. Holgar. Heart chamber. There's a vast skull in the catacombs, said to be that of the beast Blencathra. Holgar's followers believe that when he slew it, he trapped its soul along with its power in an item known as the Wraith Chamber. Heart chambers are based on this mythical object, but they have morphed over time into a way to keep those dear to us close to the heart after death. And that he has that on his chest there. So I suspect that this is a heart chamber. So the slider at the top closes it. If you move it to the left. And if you move it to the right, it allows you to design the glyphs to see what the symbols are. That's how we came up with that translation in the first place. That's what it does. And in order to access it, we had to find the missing glyphs from around the table. So, okay. We need to put a Selenic item, a Dradic item, sorry, not a Selenic, a Noctic, a Dradic, and a Selenic item into here. Do we have any Noctic items that are protection? The Tenebrand Cloak is, I think, isn't it? Although it doesn't actually have the symbol on it. Wonder if it needs to have the symbol on it. I don't think it does. Tenebrand Cloak. Shrouding darkness that will cloak all within its reach. Could be. It could be. A shadow hold is what? Be used to contain an Oshadic spirit, the manifestation known as creeping dark. Pulling it from the shadows like poison from a wound. That's not really protection. Okay, so of the Noctic items we currently have available, this one comes closest to being one of protection. Then we want a Dradic item. I don't think we have any of these that actually have the symbol of protection on them. It's not that. It's not that. It's not that. So, remind me what Silent Breath is all about. Silent Breath allows you to sense danger before it arrives, so probably not. Eye of Kernunos. Enable one to enter the minds of lesser creatures. Probably not. Voice of Kernunos. Read the patterns of nature that are otherwise hidden to us. No. St. John's Anvil. They dampen sound? No. Scythian Charm. Encourage stubborn plants to thrive. Also no. I don't think it's an... Is it an Ossic ring? I wouldn't think so. Ability to keep vermin at bay. Nothing really fits the bill, does it? Let's read the Hunter's Boon description. The power of the predator, enhancing perception and agility. Yeah, I'm thinking we just don't have whatever we need for this yet. That goes back into not being. Yeah, I don't know that we have what we need for that. What's the third one? Selenic. We have some guardian type things in the Selenic category. That's it. All right, I am going to take a quick break because I need to evacuate some of my coffee. I'm going to go back to the bathroom. I'll be back in a moment, and I'll also come back with fresh coffee. So, don't go away. Did you miss me? Right. This one is very weird. Okay, so that one doesn't give anything. That gives something, but not something I can read. No. All of them would show me something, right? No. Don't know what that is. Wait, you're doing something. You're pointing at this. Corvin, our potential Corvin's Might is apparently a resonance object. Yeah, there's that one. Is there anything else? Yes, something here. Which one? The Elverstone is a resonance object. Okay, we've got 2 or 3 of them, but we don't actually know what that means. Here's the sister. You. I know you from somewhere. Oh, that's right, we dug through her brain. I don't remember why, but this shop was important somehow. I'm sorry, I know I'm not making much sense. I haven't been myself. I'll leave you be. Oh shit, we really fucked her up. Peter Leland. They found some poor soul washed up on the lakeshore. An older lady by the sounds of it. Round. It better not be Verona. That's not the worst of it. Her eyes were all black, just like those others. I'm not taking any chances with the water around here. I'll take a bones guard. Well, her sister did it. No, we did it. We did it. She catnapped Jupiter. And we used the diverging hook to dig around in her memories to try and find where she had put Jupiter. And it went a little bit sideways, and we accidentally, like, tore all her anger out of her. Hi, baby. A small item known as a bones guard can be placed in any liquid to render it safe to drink. King Cedric the Meek was well known to be terrified of being poisoned, and so always drank from the same goblet. It always placed a bones guard inside. These objects bear the mark of the antidote. Didn't the sister ask for a forgetful thing? I don't think so. We can go back through the history and have a look. She asked for a thing that induces confusion and mental fog, but it's not quite the same thing. The antidote. They're the mark of the antidote. And they're clearly small enough to go in a liquid. Is that the same pattern on the mug? On the goblet? It's like leafy fronds. It's not quite the same, is it? And then this has got pearls at the bottom. What kind of symbol might indicate antidote? That's poison. So would the inverse of that be antidote, possibly? I mean, this is the only thing I've got. What does the turquoise gemstone mean? A stone of water. That's weather. That's got the moon symbol and uses jade. That doesn't have any symbol really, and it's made of tin. That could be it. That's the mark for poison, right? It could be that. Poison. Yeah, poison with the cross on top, and this has got the cross on the bottom. That's my best guess, man. The symbol resembles the symbol for poison rendered upside down and with a line under it. It can be inferred that this is the mark of the antidote. Inference is right. Where did that come from? No, that's the wrong shell. Yeah. Okay. I'm afraid I can't pay you, but I can offer a trade if you'll accept it. I mean, nobody's really paid us anything. Okay, you've given us a stone hand coming up out of a goblet. Charming. Okay, the sister has asked for the ambra, which causes mental fog. The restful mether, which causes a trance, helps them get into a meditative trance. A sleep vessel for use herself. And an evocant. What is an evocant? Evocant. Remind me what that is. Placed on the chest of those in a coma to draw them out. Alright, so we've now got a stone hand in a wood goblet with gold trim. Crisscross grooves through the palm. And cold to the touch. Polished gold, polished wood. It chills my blood to hold it. And it's a Wixic item. Which is not that. It's that? Yeah. Chills my blood to hold it. Interesting. So, okay. What is this? That's just information. A Dionic seal. Object made of silver. Dionic field. Object made from... What was this in relation to? Oh gosh, I can't remember what we got this in relation to. Shit. Shit. Ah, crap. What is that? Who gave us that? I have no idea who gave us that now. Or what it was in relation to. Damn it! Anna Bryant asked me to drop this off. No, that was a letter. So the last we saw of Verona Green, she was going into the catacombs, which is maybe not the best life choice she's ever made. No, she gave us the other ones. I have no idea what this is in relation to. At all. Like, literally none. Literally none. So that's somewhat of a problem. I can't solve a puzzle if I don't know what the puzzle is. If anybody's played this game and knows what this is in relation to, please feel free to point it out. Lock storage, no. No, we got this days and days ago. Days and days and days ago. Possibly when we got the boxes, this box and this box. We got 2 boxes and a piece of paper. I think it must have come with those 2 boxes, but I don't know what we're supposed to do with that. Object made from silver that produces a diurnal field. That's made from silver? The only diurnal thing we've got... Wait, that's not diurnal, that's dradic. This is diurnal. Made of silver. I don't think we have anything silver that produces a diurnal field. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to know what the solution is. I just need to remember when we got it. I think we got it when we were given these 2 boxes. So you can let me know whether or not I'm right about that. Got it with the 2 boxes. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's bronze. That's gold. That's stone. That's iron. And that's wood. That's bronze. That's wood. That's revolting. And that's stone. No, I don't think... Whatever it is, we don't have it yet, I don't think. Day 11. The rider was lucky. He made it to Backbarrow and found refuge there and was nursed back to health. He would later discover his left eye was permanently blackened, like his partner's eyes had been. Yeah, thanks, Galactic. I very much appreciate that. Because I was like, I don't remember. It was literally only yesterday, but I don't remember. Oh, what is this? Sun and the moon. To my left, the day. To my right, the night. That's got to be a catacombs one, right? This one. Day on the left, night on the right. I find the row of 3 tombs in the upper levels of the catacombs. The cool darkness is strangely calming at times down here, and I sit for a while in quiet contemplation of cat. When I rouse from my thoughts, I look down at my feet and find an item there. It had been there all along. I never noticed it when I sat down. Okay. Jupiter, we need to pat you. Hi, buddy. Okay, what is that symbol? Deception. Deception. Hey, Embry. That's a table tennis racket. Kind of does look like one, doesn't it? Selenic, but it's got the icon of deception on it. Interesting. Okay. What else do we know? Oak, if I'm not mistaken. That's the second one made of oak we found. This is gold. Wow, okay. Feels a little warmer than I would expect. Hard but smooth. Makes a soft tinkling sound when it moves. Well, that's probably these things tinkling together. Nothing to remark. Okay, but it's got the icon of deception on it, which is slightly disturbing. I like the tinkling sound, though. Jingle, jingle. An ancient table tennis racket. How are you today, Embry? Good to see you. Can't really. Hey, David, we haven't seen you for ages. I've been hearing a worrying rumour about Verona Green. I gave him a Cockney accent before. They're saying she drowned in the lake. I hope for all our sakes they're wrong. Oh, God. It really was her? Oh, dear. She was a character in Strange Horticulture as well. According to family legend, an ancestor of mine hid an item of thormic significance in his burial chamber. It has never been found, but not for lack of trying. I was tempted to search for it myself until I learned that it was in the catacombs in a place known as the Hall of Shields. Perhaps it's better to leave it to those who know what they're doing. Regards, MBM. MBM. That's not you. MBM. We don't know an MBM. I mean, this has got to be the Hall of Shields, right? You still on the internet think? No, that's N. N for November. B, N for November. November, Bravo, November. Do we now have the thing we needed to delve this deep? We wrote to Potter saying that we needed a Wandering Shroud. He's not come back. But it can't be anything else. How are we supposed to get down there?
Some candy.
I don't know how to get down there. Because we need the Wandering Shroud and the container is empty. Spirit Vault is empty. I've written to Barton Potter, he'll know where to find one. Yeah, we wrote to him days and days ago, but he hasn't come back. Is that because we didn't yet have the trigger, maybe? Maybe we had to wait until we got the trigger. Suwasha! Tux has the perfect spoil me look. Aw, thank you very much for the treat for the Tux. Use your joke. Yeah, sorry, I'm not good at that. I'm pretty good at recognizing jokes when people say them, but I miss tone in text. Especially when I'm streaming. I pick up tone better when I'm not streaming, for some reason, in text. I just take everything seriously when it's text. Unless it's Galactic or Wanderer that's saying. And then I assume the opposite. /J if we're joking makes things easier. Yeah. Oh, you could do that. You could do that. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think it's because I'm conscious of so many things when I'm streaming. And I miss it. I miss it so often. I take things you say seriously. I give them value of seriously, yeah. Yeah. We'll do treats shortly. Oh gosh, Nancy. You've done something quite stupid indeed. I went exploring in Heath Wood and came across a grave. It was overgrown with dark brambles, so I started to clear them to get a better look at the inscription. I wasn't as careful as I should have been. The thorns were thick and menacing, and I scratched my arm on one of them. I've not felt well since. You don't look well. Black heart. The heart of the sufferer feels constricted as though it's clamped in a vice. The skin is pale and cold to the touch, and veins stand out darkly on the body. Eventually death will occur. Okay, so we need something for black heart. Lamb's siphon. Used to reverse the effects of the black heart curse. A skilled hand is required to perform the procedure, drawing the curse from the body over the course of several hours. The instrument is made using the dried seed pod of a sheep snap plant. Okay, we know what that is. That is this. Chwen got a terrible tribal tattoo. All the pip eating I talk about in my chat, indeed. Am I going to play the Doctor game that is like this? I mean, this has got a prequel called Strange Horticulture, which I have played but not on Twitch stream. Other than that, I don't know what you mean. The spherical part of the item clearly resembles the seed pod of the sheep snap plant. Truth conduit. These items are used by tricksters and swindlers to distort and deceive. They do not warrant the designation of dark article that some want to apply to them, but they can be and have been used maliciously. The gentle sound they produce anchors the mind as the spell is woven, combining symbology with a deeper, more privative power. Okay, so truth conduit is this. And we now have identified this. Do no harm. Oh, hey! We finally met our final person, Thaddeus White. You don't know me, but it's time I introduced myself. I'm the curator of the Museum of History here in Undermere. Eli and I have a complicated relationship. Don't all siblings? Oh, it's Eli's brother. Of course it is. I don't tend to come by the shop much anymore, but I heard he had left town for a few days. I wanted to bring him this, but I know he'd only turn me away without even looking at it. Okay. As the curator of Undermere's Museum of History, Thaddeus is a collector of artifacts and curiosities from around the world. He has an eye for the rare and the unusual and enjoys telling the world's unheard stories through his collections. Over the years, he's also amassed a collection of items he does not put out on display. These are items that it would be best the public did not know about. They are known as dark articles. Do no harm. Don't ask me where I remember it from. Do no harm. Gonna get tucks up streets in a minute, and he's only just got himself into the corner there. Do no harm. Oh, Lovecraftian doctor simulator. Diagnose patients by analysing unsettling symptoms and treat them using your book of medicine. Make moral choices, decide who to save or kill, discover whom to trust, and unlock multiple endings. Oh no, no, Lovecraftian is definitely not Selfeya friendly. It's a bookmark that we can use as a spatula. Dark magic indeed. It does sound interesting, but I don't love the Lovecraftian thing. Gold, wood, and a green gemstone. Takes great effort to tear my eyes away. Wonder if the people's background color has meaning to it. Possibly. So we've got the thaumaturge and the artist are blue. The scholar and the ornithologist are black. The doctor and the museum curator are green. Potter's got a colour of his own. And then we've got the priest and the librarian are red. I mean, they obviously came up with these colours on some basis, but I don't know what it could be. Because there's not a lot in common between those pairings. Interesting. I mean, that at least gives us something. It's not even a residence item. It's just nothing. It's like it's... Wow, okay. That's intriguing. Check the skull. See, the skull gives us a smattering of things, but it's impossible to decipher what field it is. It gives us something. Even the compass gives us something. This is no response at all. Can I move what thing, left or right? Oh, this? No, it just closes it or gives us the ability to create patterns from the thormix. It doesn't do anything else. You're going to end up wanting to play this? I can highly recommend both this and Strange Horticulture. Definitely. Definitely. If you want to play both, do play Strange Horticulture first, only because there are some very minor references in this game to what happens in that one, and some of the same characters show up. But they're both fantastic games. Absolutely fantastic games. Simone Green is back. Jupiter! Thank goodness you're safe. I was worried about you. I hope my mother is okay too. I've lost count of the amount of gossip I've heard about her misdeeds over the years. Oh right, Verona Green is her mother, of course she is. The truth is, when she gets stuck into a mystery, she's been known to disappear for days at a time. In the meantime, I believe I found another clue in the journal. The text directly before this is largely illegible, but I was able to make out a reference to a vault of some kind. That's in, what's-his-face's castle. You've played it, enjoyed both run-throughs, killing and not killing. Yeah. 3 resonant objects. Lightest first, heaviest last. Okay. Isn't that a resonant object? No? Oh no, this one is. That one is, not that one. This one and this one. And we did have a third one. The Elverstone, right? Are there any others? Okay, so those are the 3 we've got. So that's the lightest. Then that one. Ooh. Hang on. That one is just shy of £2. That one is £1. Okay, yeah. Excuse me. That is... No, that is emphatically not where I was putting you, if you don't mind. Thank you. So we need the Ambra, the Elverstone, and then Corvin's Might. When Jupiter was catnapped, did he react to his catnapper when she came in the store? No, he didn't actually. He did not. Okay, so we go to the vaults. We need this. No? Okay. Lightest first, heaviest last. So it's not the vaults. Did she not say that this was in reference to the vault? I guess there could be more than one vault. Because, yeah, Simone Green is Verona Green's daughter, and they're not the same colour card. It's interesting. Eli White and his brother aren't the same colour card. The text directly before this is largely illegible, but I was able to make out a reference to a vault of some kind. Okay, is there a vault in the catacombs or in the town even? Nothing listed on the town. And other than this monstrosity, there's not really anything in the catacombs that suggests a vault. What happens if we go here? As I descend further into the catacombs, a strange sensation comes over me. It is not fear, although fear is mixed in with it. With cold clarity, I know at once what it is. I've entered an area known as the Depths, a place where few have been and fewer have returned. Oh, so this is the same thing as wanting the Wandering Shrouds. So what is this in relation to? Is the compass itself a resonant object? Approximately the same weight as the Elverstone. Well, the only vault I know about is the one in the castle, and this clearly doesn't work for that, so... I don't know. Dr. Robertson is back. I got a fright when they brought the body of that poor drowned woman to me with those lifeless black eyes. I thought for sure it was Verona at first. She does look like her, but we're quite certain it's a lady from Hawkshead who went missing a few days ago. There's one thing I can't get out of my head, though. Why would she try and swim across the lake? And in the meantime, Verona is still missing. She's in the catacombs somewhere. I don't like to use thormic needles as a rule, but the circumstances are beyond the rulebook. We need answers. Put them on your little protection weight plates just because there are 3 of them. Oh, that's a good point. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Doc. Good catch, DC. What the frick-frack paddywhack is this? I killed her. Okay, so we've got some buttons. We've got a button. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 12 buttons, so this is like a clock base. We've seen this flower symbol before. No, that one's got more petals. The clock, yeah. I mean, we don't have to wait for the moon to match. We can make it match. Okay, we've opened a vault. I just got an achievement. A hidden sanctum. Okay. Witch. I know, right? What is this? Gold. This part is painted black. It feels unusual. Not hot exactly, but energetic somehow. I can't tell if that low hum is coming from the item or my own imagination. Can we hear the hum? Oh, just. It's very quiet. There's definitely something unusual about this item. I can't quite put my finger on it, though. Lick it. Okay. Can we do that again? No. Okay, so that suggests then that we have what we need to solve this other one that also is putting things on the weight plates. So that goes back in Noctic. That goes back in Selenic. And that goes back into Wixing. All right, so what do we see down here from the skull? The skull is diurnic. Which is this one. Okay, so do we know anything about whatever this is? Low hum. Not hot, but energetic somehow. It's gold and... Also, the whole thing is gold, but parts of it are painted black rather than the gold painted onto the black. Okay. Interesting. And it's shaped like a skull on a flower. Don't have anything about that. Thermic needles are controversial items that are rarely used. They can reach into the mind of the recently deceased to give an impression of their thoughts before they died. Curiously, the weight of these tall items decreases when heated. I don't know how we can test that. Tall items. So this thing is interesting, right? This one's got a diurnic field, but the pattern on it is mentic. That crosshatch pattern is the mentic field pattern. If you turn it 45 degrees. Unless there's another symbol that fits. Could be a witch's knot, maybe, but it's incomplete if it is. What is that? What is Babelia? The meaning of the unusual markings on a Babelia is not clear. They resemble a mentic field pattern, but the items themselves do not produce a mentic field. They can be used to aid with the translation of foreign texts, although they require some skill to make full use of. So that is what that is. Where did I get that from? Here? So this one is bronze and it feels like being watched. We've identified the Tenebran cloak and the voice of Keranunos, so it's neither of those. It could be the tree thing, yeah. I suspect the tree thing is the witch's fingers, though. Which doesn't mean I'm right, of course. Okay, so which things have we not identified yet? Let's have a look at that. What? Ecumenical. Receptacle commonly featuring a memento mori that acts as an aid to recollection. A memory cannot reside in both the mind and the ecumenical at the same time, and it cannot be stored indefinitely. When a memory has been left for long periods, it can begin to emit unpleasant vapors. An empty ecumenical, on the other hand, has an ominous presence pulling at the threads of one's mind. I'm not convinced we've got that. Ominous presence. Because this thing's got the symbol for the moon and the symbol for the witch. And it's made of yew. I'm reasonably confident that that is the witch's fingers. Witch's fingers are said to be the severed digits of the Witch of Undermere, and we have learned the Witch of Undermere is actually the tree, the yew tree behind the church. They're capable of inflicting intense pain, but the goal is supposedly purification of the body, a most unpleasant experience, but a last resort that has cured some and finished off others. So this is made of yew. It has the symbol for witch and the symbol for the moon, and it has red things on it that suggests blood. I'm fairly confident that that's what that is. This has got weather symbols on it. It's made of bronze, and it's got a green gemstone in the middle. Which is, I'm fairly certain, not jade. Could be malachite. A stone of sight. The fourth eye. But it's not striated, and it's not really dark green, is it? So it might be jade. Jade's not usually shiny. Stone of the earth and nature, though, that would make sense with the whole weather thing. Alright, hang on. I was going through this one at a time. I've got a potential Barbelia. I've got a potential Corvin's Mites. I do not have a potential Ecumenical yet. I've got a potential Fortinance. I'm pretty sure we had a potential Heart Chamber. Gaudian Siren. Similar in form to Thormic Needles, serve a very different purpose. Create a strong compulsion, like a siren's call that can be used to divert attention. What about the skull in clay on the bottom that gives off an odd pattern? Oh, I'll have a look at that in a moment. Skull in clay. Oh, this. No, that doesn't make us feel anything. It just gives an odd pattern in the thermic field thing. How do we test the thing about it getting heavier when it's heated? The weight of these decreases. Sorry, it gets lighter when it's heated. Oh, candle, galactic. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I am a dumb. We don't have anything that fits the bill though, really, do we? What does the blue gemstone? What is the blue gemstone? Water. Or an anchor between body and mind. So, if we weigh this... and then heat it? Okay, that didn't heat it. Hmm. Well, it's either not heating it or that's not the thing. Hmm. What's that symbol? Does it look like a triangle with a line through the middle of it? Weakness. It's got the symbol for weakness on it. Which we don't have as a keyword. Put it on the scale and wave a candle on it. I tried that. Oh, right. I wanted to know what the blue gemstones. Right. I looked that up. I don't... I don't know. I literally have no idea. At all. Literally no clue. None whatsoever. Nothing seems to actually fit. If you have to take one more call asking if the power will be out during a power upgrade, you might just learn to use the force solely to choke somebody from a distance. Oh my gosh. This feels like you're being watched. This has nothing. This gives us nothing. This is... no, we know what that is. Expecting it to smell worse than it does. Nothing to remark. Something unusual. Can't quite put my finger on it. Low hum. Not hot exactly, but energetic somehow. Tall. I don't know that we've got this. Or if we have access to it, then it is whatever is locked behind this thing that we've not yet solved. Because somebody in Victory's channel last night was saying that you can actually be asked for an item you don't have, but if so, it's one you have access to but you haven't collected yet. And this is the only clue so far that we've not solved. We haven't solved this one either, but we need what's his name to bring us a Wandering Shroud. So unless it is whatever is locked behind these symbols, I don't know. The two fingers on the right are something else. We've already identified those. That's an Amphibian Talon. I really don't know. What about this thing? We've got nothing on this thing. No. Oh, now we're going to be insane. And I can't send her away. I have to give her what she's looking for. And I don't think we have it. Something Noctic. Okay, so when did we get this? We got this from you, right? I keep coming back to this series of sketches. Does this mean anything to you? Could it relate to the plinths? The three of them placed on... Yes, but this isn't symbols. This is the thormic fields. That's the Noctic thormic field. That's the Dradic thormic field. And that's the Selenic thormic field. We've got nothing beyond that to tell us what goes there. I was working with the idea that it needed to have something to do with protection, but that hasn't worked for us. If people know it, do you want them to say, yes, you have it? I mean, if I have it and you know that I have it, I'm happy for you to tell me that. That's got the protection on it. Protection signal on it, and it's a Selenic item. We don't have a Dradic item that has a protection symbol on it, though. And we don't have a Noctic item with the protection symbol on it either. So it can't literally need the actual symbol. What is a plinth? She's talking about these weighted plate things. That's what she's talking about. A plinth is literally like a display platform that you put things on. You don't want to look it up. You didn't want spoilers in case you play this. Well, you'll get spoilers just from watching. If you can't send her away and giving too many bad things make you insane, it must be why they put the hint button up there. But how long to beat your head? Yeah, I hate using the hint buttons. I hate it. But we literally have nothing more than this. Noctic, Dradic, Selenic. We don't have a... What is this Dionic seal? You'll forget about this in a couple of days. Dionic seal. We might have to use the hint button because I am not seeing anything that even vaguely matches this description. And I'm not understanding this at all. Like, yeah, okay, those are the fields. Do you see how many items we have in each of those fields? I need a little more to go on than this. And the whole protection symbol thing, that doesn't help. Okay. I have a clue that tells me which items I need to put. I fucking know that. Oh my god. Are you fucking kidding? This is why I hate the hints, right? That is not a hint. I already goddamn know that. I don't know how to interpret the clue. Otherwise, I would have. This is why I hate in-game hints. Yes. Thank you. Am aware. Have literally been talking about it non-stop for the last 15 minutes. Can you maybe pay attention? Okay. Let's do treats for Tux. Let's do treats for Tux since he's awake now. Hi, do you want some treats? Treat? There you go. Could it be just any item that matches the symbols? I highly doubt it because I have actually tried a combination and it did nothing. So it's going to have to be a specific combination. Have you not seen me using the dice towel before? Yes, this is to protect my fingers. Oh! Oh, we dropped it on the floor. Do you want the last one? You gotta come up. Do you want it? Come up. Oi! What? Hey! Oi! You want it? Come up! Oi! You want it or not? Yeah, you gotta come up here. Don't let me like that. It's right there. You gotta come up and get it. Really? Really? But mommy, I don't want to jump. You have to pick me up. That's it. That's the last one. That's it. That's the last one. Say thank you. Thank you for my treaties. You look it up. This game has been out for like 3 days. Somebody actually put the solutions online already. Tux. Buddy, pal, friend. Friend, buddy, pal. Alright, so. If we look up Selenic fields, we get Elverstone, Selenic Totem, or Sleep Vessel. Now, the Elverstone is also made out of silver. And this other clue says something about an object made of silver. Also, it's apparently a resonant item. Then we want a Dradic item. Except this is talking about a Diurnic field, and Diurnic field is not one of these, so these two can't have anything to do with each other. Never mind. Alright, do we have a Dradic resonant item? We don't. So that's not it. You take Tux's position on this. You maybe jump up for one? I mean, it's the last one. That's all. So yeah, like we could literally just brute force it with the different combinations, but like we don't have anything more than just the different fields to go on, which is, that's the thing that's weirding me out. Like, come on, surely there is more to go on than that. Surely. That's not enough. Dradic, we get Pit or Sleep Vessel. Noctic. Ambra, Pit, Selenic Totem, Sleep Vessel. I mean, Selenic Totem is protection. Sleep Vessel. Represent the 6 disciplines. And the Pit. Dradic, Dionic, and Noctic. Energies balanced in such a way that the objects do not produce a recognizable thormic field. It can be directed to emit powerful vibration. I don't want the answer. I want to know what I'm missing. There's clearly information that I'm not getting. Because this is not enough to go by. So what else is there? What am I not seeing in this clue? This is not enough at all, remotely, even a little bit. So there's got to be some kind of information that I have missed. Or overlooked, or something. Because all she said, working my way through the journal, keep coming back to this series of sketches. Does it mean anything to you? Could it relate to the plinths? It isn't. How is it enough? How is that enough? Can we just literally just like put whatever? Just whack whatever down there. Like, sure. The 3 fields, no dramas. Oh. I thought I tried that. I'm like 80% certain that I tried that. Which is why I didn't try it again. I literally tried that. Apparently not. Apparently I did not. Wow, that is cranky making. Oh my god, that is cranky making. I've been bashing my head against this for such a long time because I was certain I had already tried that. Oh, man. Although now that I think about it, that does make sense because we've only had access to the fields this stream, and I definitely haven't done it this stream. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Okay. Gold detailing laid over stone. Warm and smooth. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. That is a Mentic field. I'm so cranky. I'm so cranky about that. Like, with myself. Because that was the obvious thing to try, right? Somebody even said it earlier. And I'm like, no, I've already done that. Yeah, the weight and candle is a thing to try, but it doesn't really, other than being tool, it doesn't really. Ah, there we go. Okay, so yeah, that's literally the only thing that gives it away. This doesn't give us any other indicators at all. Well. So there you go. I was right about the fact that we didn't have it. It's a tool item. Using my weighing scales and a candle, I can confirm that its weight does indeed reduce when heated. Oh my gosh, that's so frustrating. Loam, sometimes called a hand of Jupiter. You cannot have my cat's paw, okay? Or a fire palm. A loam is an item with enticing power. They can reverse the signs of aging, but anyone who has played that game knows that it can only last so long before time catches up. And when it does, it often hits harder. Wow, that was so frustrating. Oh my lord. What's this picture? Beast holding some kind of ball. Enticing power. I wonder if that is this. Excuse me. With the crisscross grooves. Chills my blood to hold it. Maybe not. Jupiter. Jupiter is the relic. Or this. This has got a whole lot of weirdness going on. The ball was Jupiter. Oh, you're back. People are afraid. And they are right to be, but it is too late for them. They're of no use to us. But you might be. Prove yourself, and perhaps Holgar will deem you worth saving. I require an object to steady my restless congregation and remind them why I am the one to lead us through this turbulent time. They respect strength and power above all else. I don't want to. I don't want to. Morgan's Folly, what does that do? A folly symbol can be revealed to induce a trance-like state in anyone who casts their eye upon it, making them open to suggestibility. Precautions should be taken against unwittingly looking upon the hidden symbol for too long. Or the Fortunance can enhance physical strength or restore strength that has been sapped. They're made of stone or iron and usually take the form of a small totem. I feel like that is less harmful on her congregation than the folly. Making them open to suggestibility. So we've got an item I thought might be the Fortunance. Okay, it is. The item bears a symbol of strength. Oh, I didn't spot that. And it's made of stone. Tormund's Bane. These can be rolled along the tongue to cure Tormund's paralysis or worn about the neck to protect against the curse. Like most items that ward against curses, they emit a diurnic field pattern. Okay. Diurnic. I don't think we have that yet, unless it's this. Okay, so that's the end of the day, and I need to take a break to get some lunch before my stomach is growling loud enough you can actually hear it through my microphone. So we're going to take a break, and I'm going to grab something to eat. Conveniently, we're about to get an ad break, so it's a good time to do it. I'll put up some words on stream for you if you want to play that, but you might want to take a break yourself. You know, walk away from the computer, stretch, grab a drink, go outside, touch grass, participate in the wonder that is sun, and, you know, all those good things. I'll be back in 5 minutes-ish, and we will continue playing through Strange Antiquities. If it interests you at all, you should know that there is a demo available on Steam, that you can check it out and see if you like the gameplay for yourself. And it is currently, I think, 10% discounted, on Steam at least, for its launch. Not sure how long that lasts. Alright, I will be back in a few minutes. Here is Words on Stream. Alright, well done, everybody. Not a lot of players today, so even more impressive that we got as far as we did. DC, Tarot, Galactic, the Merry Miner, well done. Level 4. Excellent work. I have some lunch, but it is too hot to eat, so I have to come back to it. Let it cool down a bit. Carl, hello, how are you? You were cooking your pizza, were you? I see. How are you doing, Carl? I'm surprised that Celt didn't work. Although I suppose it's a noun, but let other nouns work. But the dictionary that uses makes no sense. I don't think that there's anything else we need to try before the end of the day. The rider's partner was less fortunate. They found his frozen body a week later. Okay. Where was Black Barrow, though? I think that's outside of the city, right? I am marked by Jupiter. A cat or, like, something else? Just need to text my mother. Marked by Jupiter. Marked by Jupiter. Jupiter is tin. And the symbol kind of looks like a 4. Okay. Which is here. The cat marking his territory again. The cat has marked his grave as a different meaning. Your blood pressure's still high, 142/91. Ouch, that's not good. Not good. The mark of Jupiter on my map leads me to a square room on the ground floor. Other than an intriguing torn note, there doesn't seem to be anything of interest until I notice that the bookshelf is mounted on a runner and can slide to one side. I push it and it glides easily, revealing a hidden recess in the wall behind it. I hope you've got methods to help you with that, Carol. Oh, we've got another onyx and a double-sided headed snake. Okay, so this is the other half of that torn note. The castle vaults are blocked by a dionic seal. It can be opened by any object made from silver or gold that produces a dionic field. This is silver and gold and produces a dionic field. Okay. Now, what can we tell about this? It's made of onyx and bronze. It's got a twin-headed snake, which is the Amphibian symbol. Hard but smooth and textured. Nothing to remark, nothing to remark. Okay. And it has the Noctic field. It's one of these. Which one? This one. Now, onyx. That's the wrong one. Is Noctic gem. A stone of the night and of darkness. There are some who fear it and some who are seduced by it. Amphibian Talon is the only amphibian item in particular that we've got. Okay. Alright, so we want to try the vaults again. What? What the hell? That's literally what this says. Blocked by a Durnic sealed, it can be opened by any object made from silver or gold. Or gold. Okay, maybe not and? Maybe not both. This is made of wood and gold and a gemstone. This is not the Dionic level. This is the Dradic level. Okay, that would help if I was in the right place. The Moonstone Guardian's made of gold, right? Could be that. That's bronze. That's bronze. That's stone, that's wood, that's iron. That's bronze. That's gold. That's gold and nothing else. But let's try the Moonstone Guardian. Hang on. There we go. Can it reveal the invisible key thing? What invisible key thing? The door slides open without a sound, as though it has been kept well oiled over the years. Behind it, I find a large natural cavern that extends into the rock beneath the castle. Somewhat disappointingly, the walls are lined with racks of whiskey bottles instead of the rows of artifacts that I was picturing. When I show Edmund, he is delighted, and he spends some time examining the dusty shelves. It is not long before he makes a find that I'm surprised I missed. I return to the shop with a spring in my step and a curious item that demands further study. Shadow key you learned about last night. If you mean the ethereal key, we found that and we opened this. That was this thing. And DC had to point out that I literally had to move it in a circle. I did not pick up on that. Hey. The Bishop's Square is a simple tool of my great-great-grandfather's devising, loosely based on a Briar's disc. By all accounts, he was an impressive man, but it would seem his mind began to fail him at the end. Perhaps he spent too long studying his Zia. He imagined invisible enemies coming to steal away his most prized possessions, so he began hiding them about the castle, noting their locations in a code that only he understood. Zia. One about the neck to place them close to the heart. These innocent-looking items instill a sense of fear and paranoia. They can be difficult to remove. Made of any single material except wood or clay, they typically have no symbol or other writings upon their surface. Any material except wood or clay and with no symbols or writing on their surface. I wonder if that's what this is. Or this, actually. Strong sense of being watched. That would be paranoia, right? Potentially. This is tin, and, well, is a triangle? What's the triangle? Is the triangle a thing? Fire, water. Fire. So it could be a thing. That could be a symbol. Hey, it's Kick. How you doing? What's going on? How's the wife and the bubba and the puppy? Feature DC. Good, good, and good. Awesome. Okay, whatever this is, it does not have a field. It's probably this bishop square, but what do we use that for? Oh, there's 2 puppies. Oh, I don't think I knew you had 2 puppies. Okay, so we can't label this. So it has to be a bishop square. Loosely based on a Briar's disc. We don't know anything about a Briar's disc. That's the first we've heard of that. We've seen those symbols, though. Autumn, spring, summer, winter. Summer's at the top. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. Okay. What, pray tell, do we do with this? I was just thinking that too, Galactic. No. What are you looking at? You're leaning towards this. But no, it doesn't react to that. Do we even know what season we're in? No idea what we're meant to do with this. Absolutely none. I guess we'll find out. I mean, it depends on what we mean by work. I mean, it clearly thinks it belongs to a map of some kind, but we'd need to know what we were doing with it first. Hello? Excuse me, can I have the thing? The castle map. No idea. So we're going to need to know how to interpret that. He did hide his prized possessions about the castle, noting their locations in a code that only he understood. And I suspect you're right that this is related. Oh, Mars in winter, rising in summer. The symbol for Mars is that. The male gender symbol, right? Mars in winter. Rising in summer. What does that mean? That's all the same room, right? Oh no, there's the kitchens. Well, we went to the kitchen. What does rising in summer mean? What happens if we click on the kitchen? Ah, okay, we need the clue. Even though we've been to the room, we clearly need the clue. And yet, on the exact, so it smells the sounds of cooking greet me as I enter the kitchens. I feel a little foolish as I try to avoid the cook's glares while following clues left to me by a mad old man. What was I thinking? I'm not going to find anything here. And yet, on the exact spot where the map leads me, there is something. A floorboard has been cut and replaced. With a little difficulty, I lift it up and feel around in the cavity below before my fingers grasp something hard. Oh, that's got a lot of symbols on it. That's fire. That's paralysis. Okay, so I've used the bishop square. I don't know that there's anything else to do with it. But there might be. There's nothing else written on the map that would give us a hint, though. Alright, so what do we know about this? It is Wixic. It's got maybe soot on the bottom. It's made of stone. Hard and cool. A chalky black residue that coats my fingertips. Otherwise, nothing to remark. Okay, so Wixic. Which is that one? Alright. And what are these symbols? In fact, let's give ourselves a bit of space. So, we've got fire. Which makes sense. There's soot on the bottom, right? And paralysis. What's the middle symbol? Men are from Mars, women from Venus. Yeah, ancient Greek astronomy symbols. The underground. Yeah, we have a map for the catacombs. You worked out what the clock does with time yet? No, we used the clock to open something and got something out. Can't remember what we got out. Might have been this thing, actually. Was that in the clock? But we've pulled this out and, like, it does stuff, but I don't know what that has to do with anything. Because the time of day doesn't seem to matter at all. So I'm not entirely sure. Upside down water? No. The thing about these symbols is that they're very specific. If it was water, it would be drawn upside down. What is this middle symbol? Ice. Fire, ice, paralysis. Fire, ice, and paralysis. Are these crying eye things just crying eyes, or are they a symbol as well? No, they're just painting. Yeah, this doesn't seem to be a symbol, unless it's two separate symbols. We've got blessings, has got the 3 drops, but that's not quite it, is it? No, doesn't match anything. Okay, so we're not entirely sure about that one. Okay. So then the only other clue we've got is this one, and we cannot get to it until fucking Potter brings us the thing we need. Potter! James Herschel. I can't say too much, but it's fallen to me to carry a secret people would kill for. People have killed for. It's a lot of weight to carry around in my head, and it's getting harder to bear around certain family members. It occurred to me that it would be safer in an ecumenical, which is the one thing we have not been able to identify. Okay. Empty ecumenical has an ominous presence pulling at the threads of one's mind. Oh wait, hourglass, hourglass, hourglass. There's an unpleasant sensation at the back of my skull. That's what that is. Gosh, I'm a numpty. It was right there. There's an hourglass motif on the box. On closer inspection, it produces an unpleasant sensation suggesting it is empty. A shadow anchor is sometimes used in the practice of shadow casting, the art of projecting one's presence outside of the body. Without an anchor, minds have been known to become lost. Shadow anchor designs can vary greatly. Some prefer pendants, whereas others prefer to clutch a totem in their hand. Some make use of symbology, where others use gemstones. They will always produce a field from the individual branch, however, which means Mentic or Wixic. So we know what this is now. Okay, so that was projecting one's presence outside of the body. Without an anchor, minds have been known to become lost. Shadow anchor designs can vary greatly. Some prefer pendants, totems, symbology, gemstones. Okay. Now, there is a gemstone, one of the blue ones. An anchor between body and mind. Kyanite, blue stone. And the Mentic is of the mind. So I'm suggesting that that's probably what this is. And it's vaguely shaped like an anchor too. Or like an ankh. Okay, let's see if we can come up with guesstimates on some of the other things. We've got that, we've got that. Guardian Siren. This one here is very similar to an icon or a totem we've got, right? We don't have the nails in the head, but we've got that shape. Similar in form to thermic needles. They serve a very different purpose. Create a strong compulsion like a siren's call. Oh, that's this thing. We've already identified that as the Ambra. I mean, this is... No, we've identified that already. Or potentially identified that. strong compulsion. I don't know that we've got anything that fits the bill for that. Hand of Jupiter or a fire palm alone is an item with enticing power. They can reverse the signs of aging. Anyone who's played that game knows that it can only last so long before time catches up. Okay, Jupiter or fire palm. I mean, that's got a palm, right? So does this. That's literally fire palm. Okay. That's literally the symbol for fire above a palm. Okay. Morgan's Folly, which we clearly have because they've asked for it before. Induce a trance-like state in anyone who casts their eye upon it, making them open to suggestibility. A folly's symbol can be revealed. Oh! Oh, that'll be this. Right? What was that symbol? That symbol was like hypnosis? Hypnosis, yeah. So that's what that is. Hit. 3 different elements represent the earth, the sun, and death. Dradic, the Dionic, and Noctic. They do not produce a recognizable thaumic field. The only things we've got that have no thaumic field are these 3. So we've got gold, wood, and a green gemstone. Jade is Dradic. Gold is the sun, which is Dradic as well. Okay, so that doesn't work. We might not have that one. The Shin. These common items are made using materials with a connection to the ocean. They began as superstition, simple objects made by sailors and fishermen to keep their boats safe, but with the help of the old thaumaturges, they became something more, and many lives were saved. Materials with a connection to the ocean. Aquamarine is a stone of water. An inverse triangle is a symbol of water. Not sure we've got that. Common items made using materials with a connection to the ocean. Yeah, I'm not convinced we've got that. The solemn variety is considered the most powerful. It permits the drinker to forge pathways in the mind to recall that which has been forgotten or to repair that which has been broken. It will produce a noticeably stronger thormic field than the other two types. Wait, there's strengths in these as well? Oh, yeah, there is. Okay. Interesting. So that one then. But what does the leaf mean? What does the leaf mean? Spirit Eye and Spirit Vault. We've identified what we think is a Spirit Vault. There are some who stay away from Spirit Eyes, believing them to be a window into a world that should not be seen, and others who deride their fear as nothing more than superstition. It's not clear exactly what they do show. Another layer beneath the visible world, perhaps. A layer that requires something more than the traditional senses to experience. They draw their power from the opposing symbols inscribed upon them. Opposing symbols inscribed upon them. That could be this. This has got heat and cold. It's a dark green gemstone. A fourth eye, a stone of sight. Yeah, that's what that is. So that's the Spirit Eye. Tormund's Bane. Rolled along the tongue to cure Tormund's paralysis or worn about the neck to protect against the curse. They made a diurnic field pattern. Tormund's paralysis. Affects the mouth and tongue so that speech becomes impossible. So worn about the neck, so it'll be an amulet. Rolled along the tongue. Maybe this? What does the turquoise gemstone stand for? Water or anchor between body and mind? Not sure about that one. Truth Conduit. These items are used by tricksters and swindlers to distort and deceive. They do not warrant the designation of dark article that some want to apply to them. Wait. Didn't we identify that? We had something that had the symbol for deceit on it. Which one was that? This. Yeah, there we go. Witherance.
Let me in, please.
Can be crafted from stone, but wood is more commonly used. Jono! Hello, hello! Thank you very much for the raid. What have you been up to? Just chatting. Okay. So, question still applies. What have you been up to? How you be? Oh, Valheim today. Oh, fun. Inverts of the Fortinance. Weakness. We had something about weakness, didn't we? We had something with a symbol for weakness on it. Is that what this is? You're good. I am very pleased to hear it. Very happy to see you. Thanks for coming on over and bringing your peeps. I hope you had a good time in Valheim. Valheim's a good place to hang out. Although I do enjoy it more when done with friends. Weakness, yeah. I think this is the Witherance. Remember to follow peeps. Exactly. Follow Jono. He's a good place to hang out. I don't often get the opportunity, but he is a good place to hang out. Zia and the Zephyrim. Any single material except wood or clay have no symbol. Instill a sense of fear and paranoia. They wear worn about the neck, so they're an amulet. And then this is a resonant object that gives off a faint odor. I don't think we've got the Zephyrim. Because we've identified all of the resonant objects we currently have. That's got no symbol on it, but it's not made of a single material. That's got symbols on it. That's got symbols on it. That is a symbol. That's got symbols on it. It could be this. Strong sense of being watched. Innocent looking items. No symbol or other writings. Ah, that's the only thing we've got that might match. So we've actually got a few that we don't have entries for yet still. Doing after stream care. Please do. Very important. Please do. Just take a mouthful of my lunch. People are getting restless. The followers of Holgar have been marching through the streets with that crazed priest at their head. Not long ago, that sort of behaviour wouldn't have been tolerated in Undermere. Now there are people joining in. In answer to your question, yes, it is possible to capture a wandering shroud. To the north of town, if you follow the little stream up through the woods, you'll come out on a hilltop that was clearly of some ancient significance. It is not uncommon to see wandering shrouds there. Be patient, be still, and they will come. Follow the little stream up through the woods to the north of town. Okay. Wyatt Beck? I should not have come here. Okay. A hilltop that was clearly of some ancient significance. Oh, is it this? After a pleasant walk along the beck, I reach a series of grassy mounds, the barrows. Whoever was buried in them must have been important in their time. If I'm to collect what I've come for, I will need to be prepared. We need the spirit box. I sit and wait quietly and patiently, not certain exactly what I'm looking for. For some time, nothing happens. And then, long after my mind has drifted towards a warm fire and a hearty supper, I notice a movement in the corner of my eye. A strange, thin mist has formed near one of the barrows. It seems to produce a sort of dark light, a contradiction that my eyes have trouble perceiving clearly. The ethereal creature, for surely this is a creature of some kind, ambles towards the vault that I have left out for this purpose, and I daren't breathe as it slowly nestles itself within the receptacle. Hey, Periapsis! Grave robbing for fun and profit, indeed. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, so this is a spirit bolt. For sure, for sure, for sure. And it now is a full spirit bolt, which means that we can now go here. I breathe deeply from the spirit vault and it clears my mind. I don't care to linger too long down here, but I forge on until I reach the unmistakable Hall of Shields. A stone sarcophagus sits on a raised portion of rock in the centre of the cavern. I hold the torch close to better see the inscription on the side of the tomb. It reads, "The sun's light will reveal my gift." Mystified, I cast my eye up to the walls of the cavern and search the shields for some other clue, but nothing stands out. It's a sun bond. Designed to be carried, made of non-precious metal, carry the warmth and light of the sun. Yep. The sun bond banishes the darkness in an instant, half blinding my gloom-adjusted eyes and bringing summer's warmth to the cold cavern. Blinking and squinting, I notice that one of the shields in particular is glowing in the bright light. I reach up and pull the shield down to reveal a small cavity hewn into the rock behind it. Inside is a blood-red urn with a snake on it. Okay. Made of red clay. The eyes appear to be small green gemstones. Got raised detailing, and the other is warm and smooth. No scent or sound. I find it unsettling. The eyes seem to pierce my soul. Okay. And it is Dradic. Okay. What on earth is that likely to be? What are the green gemstones? Jade and... It's not Malachi, it must be Jade. The stone of the earth and of nature. The eyes seem to pierce my soul. I'm not sure that we've got whatever that is. I guess we will find out. I'm going to have some more of my lunch. I got to thinking after I left earlier. Transferring this secret to an ecumenical only adds an extra step. Yes, it's safer than walking around with it in my head, but I would know where to find it. What I really need is a truth conduit so that I can deceive them into thinking I know nothing at all. Alright, we've identified something we think is a truth conduit. Which one is... That's this, right? It bears a symbol of deception. Closer inspection reveals the gentle sound it makes. Abrasive mether. Okay, so that's the third type. This type of mether is used to purge unwanted memories. As with any procedure that can alter the mind, it should be used sparingly and considerately. Methers are typically used in communal ceremonies designed to be easily passed from person to person. Oh, that explains why there's 3 handles on them. Or possibly 4th, we can't see the back of it, right? Okay, so we've solved this now. There's got to be more going on with this clock, right? Oh, Evelyn Bennett, you're new. I have never felt more tired or more devoid of life. An apathy has settled in my bones that I do not seem able to shift. But while I still have breath in my lungs, I will not succumb without a fight. That's like the opposite of apathy. By the grace of Grey, I will find a way forward. So you want a Grey's grace? That's a thing, right? Dispels melancholy? Yeah. Where is that? That. I'm just trying to eat some more of my lunch. I'm gonna go there. This was a mistake. Okay. Fair enough. Hey, Potter's back. Had a tip-off about something exciting. Have you come across the so-called nameless gods? Did you also know that the tall stones that you sometimes find in high places were once doorways of a kind? And here's the exciting part. An inscription has appeared on the stone that sits atop Weatherlam. This is where you come in. I'm confident that a pit will open the door. The other option is a Babelia to read the inscription. But they say that if you read the language of the nameless gods, you become cursed, which I can't say I like the sound of. I'm leaning towards the more direct approach, but then again, that could be dangerous too. So you feel like it's safer to open a doorway belonging to the nameless gods, having no idea what might be beside it, rather than read the transcription. Dude. We haven't been able to identify a pit. Three different elements that make up a pit, allegedly, and they can be directed to a... The only thing that makes sense then for the pit is this thing. And I'm tempted to give it to him just to see if that's what it is. In fact, let's do that. It's okay. That's not the pit. So do we even have a pit? All right, so this is clay, gold, and bone. What will tell me that? Gold is the sun. But we don't have anything about bone and clay. Oh, yeah, okay. 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 So the sun is celestial. The bone could be of the body. But then see, clay doesn't fit here either. Oh, actually gold represents the sun, right? So of the day. It could be that. This could be the pit. It is. There we go. 3 different materials: gold, sun, clay, earth, and the skull. Death. The thermic fields it produces is formless. Well, I hope you don't regret that, buddy. Thank you. I hope this works. Here's a token of my appreciation. Something for you to ponder over. Don't get yourself deaded. That's got the symbol for fire. Fire. And wax? So candle. Fire and wax is candle. It's made of yellow sandstone. And it's crumbly. With engraved detailing. Okay, so what happens if I put a candle on it? I can't. Okay. That has Diurnic field. No idea what that is. Huh. Materials with a connection to the ocean. Yellow sandstone. Fire and wax is Icarus. Flew too close to the sun. True. Yeah. Interesting. Oh, I should be wrapping up, actually. I need to be finishing. I don't want to. I don't want to. With dreams of earning his fortune long banished from his mind, the man brought the casket to a trusted friend, the curator of a museum in Undermere. Together they looked for answers. He brought it to Eli's brother. So there's people in town who know exactly what is going on. I'm buried with the Knight of Thorns. Right. Okay. The Knight of Thorns died in 1356. The tomb of the Knight of Thorns resides alongside an ossuary filled with the unknown dead from the Battle of Selfeya. It is an unpleasant place that I do not plan to linger in. Happily, I am able to find the item I came for without any difficulty, and I quickly leave and don't look back until I am out in the bright of the day once more. Well, we shall have to investigate this further on Monday. I wasn't expecting this to keep us occupied for quite as long as it has, but there's a lot in it. It's a big story. I'm really enjoying this game, in case you hadn't noticed. But we will have to leave it there, because I need to go. Mum and I are doing some stuff and things today. That means I need to get over there while the sun is still in the sky. So we'll wrap up there. Normally I would go for another hour on a Saturday, but not today. Man, I'm having so much fun with this game. Color background the museum keeper and the relic collector have? I don't think they're the same. I've closed the game, but the relic collector, the museum keeper is... No, I have to open the game. Hang on. Hang on a sec. That's interesting, because if there's anything to the coloured backgrounds, like the librarian and the priest both have red backgrounds, and the librarian is fine. Like, she's great. You have something to do with her in Strange Horticulture as well. So the curator is on a green background and the relic hunter is on like a yellowy background. Nobody else has the same coloured background as the relic hunter. He's on his own. So that's that. Don't know what the card background colours have to do with anything.